It's been about a year since I've done the Aeonium leaf propagation experiment, and I thought I'd do a final update. I've had a couple of people contacting me with their results, and I've also had some success with the leaves that did manage to produce leaf babies. I will link the original videos in the description, so if you'd like to have a look at what we've done last year, you can go ahead and watch them. Out of about 10 different Aeonium, I've included the most popular cultivars and species such as Aeonium arboreum, Schwarzkopf, kiwi, haworthie, sunburst, and with each of these I have done about 20 plus leaves from different plants to give all of the leaves a good chance. Now, since that original video has come out, the most responses from you guys were that you weren't able to get any leaf babies either, but I did have a couple that said that they were able to grow leaf babies out of the Schwarzkopf and arboreum, which was kind of surprising because I have never had success with these guys. But having said that, that doesn't mean that they cannot be propagated from leaf. However, it is certainly not easy. I haven't got any footage or photos from these people as they left comments on the video rather than sending me an email. So 2 out of maybe 100 responses that I've had said that they were able to get some leaves out of the arboreum and Schwarzkopf. So these are the Aeonium that I have had success with, and this is pretty much out of a couple of 100 leaves maybe that I have tried in the experiment. In the last update, a lot of you wanted to know whether or not these will survive the summer, and they have survived, so that is great, but I am not sure I will call this a great success. So as you can see, the clear winner here is Aeonium haworthie. So this guy had absolutely no problem growing from leaves. I had a few sprouts and they have survived summer just fine, and they are producing babies of their own. There is one variety that was also doing quite well, but I kind of accidentally let it die off, and that was the tabuliforme. They do not do very well during summer here. The small plants can die very easily, and the leaf babies just didn't make it through the summer. But a lot of the leaves that I have taken off, pretty much 95%, did produce a leaf baby. So if I cared for them a little better, I'm pretty sure I would have had quite a few now. Now the biggest surprise here is the Aeonium sunburst. Because it is variegated, I did not expect it to survive or to produce a leaf baby at all. And out of, I think it was about 30 leaves, only this one came out with a leaf baby. So all of the others either shriveled up and died or only produced roots. And I did not expect this one leaf baby to survive. I was kind of expecting it to go all yellow, so almost albino, because variegated plants do often, when propagated from leaf, either revert back to the original color, so it's usually green, or they go yellow or albino. This means that they don't have a lot of chlorophyll in the leaves and they kind of tend to die off. But this one it just looks amazing. I am very happy with it. It's kind of small, so it's a year old, and I'm not quite sure I would be propagating this Aeonium from leaf because they are quite prolific. Like, look at this guy. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 babies. No, 5. And if I was to take these off now, it would produce another round. So it is definitely a lot more reliable to propagate it from cuttings, and they will also grow quite fast. So if you do propagate them, they will go throughout spring, and by the end of spring, before they go dormant, you will have quite a big decent plant. So I do not think it is worth it to try and get leaves to grow, because 1, the success rate is very low, and 2, they do grow so slow. But having said that, this is good. This is a huge surprise. I did not expect this to happen. So yeah, there you go. Now, a lot of you also said that you were able to propagate kiwi, and kiwi does produce quite a lot of leaf babies. Because it is, I believe kiwi is a variegated Haworthie, so that ability to reproduce from leaf is there. But as I said earlier, variegated plants can go one of three ways. So 1 is to revert back, 2 is to go albino, and 3 is to stay variegated and be like the parent. Now, in this case, I only had kiwis that stayed albino. So there is a little bit of green growth here, and there is a tiny little baby growing here. I don't think this plant is going to go anywhere, and I think it will eventually die. So I had about 3 or 4 different kiwi leaf babies in this little tray, and they have died over summer. They were also albino. They did not produce good variegation, and I am expecting this one to either just slowly grow or to die when the hot temperatures returns. So yeah, those were my results. Now I do appreciate that a lot of you did say that kiwi can be propagated, and I do believe you, but this is just what happened for me. Okay, so this is going to be the final, as I said, this is going to be the final update. So I'm not going to do any more videos on Aeonium leaf propagation. You can still comment below the article and let us all know what your experiences are. I think that in a lot of the cases, it may very well depend on the climate as well. I think that sometimes it just gets too hot out here, so when it gets over 40 degrees Celsius, which is I think 104 Fahrenheit, it is way too hot for these leaves to survive, even if the plants are in shade. So if your climate is a little bit more mild over summer, you may have a better chance. And that's it. So I hope the video was useful. As I said, you can share your experiences below in the comments. It is a great way of learning from each other's. So yeah, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.